The NSM is a modification to the current issuance mechanism that allows ZEC to be removed from circulation and later recycled into future block rewards to help sustain the network. This addresses concerns about long-term network sustainability, similar to those raised in Bitcoin, where declining block subsidies may lead to insufficient miner revenue from transaction fees. It introduces a number of use cases for Zcash, including enabling donations directly to the network rather than to organizations or individuals, and all sorts of interesting fee models. NSM be included in NU7 instead of waiting for future network upgrade?
So I think the NSM is relatively simple. It's already implemented. We're pretty confident that it's safe and secure and that it improves the economics of the network. So another piece is the sooner we can get it in, the sooner it starts having an effect. But more importantly, the sooner it sets a precedent and sends a message kind of to the general public that Zcash has a monetary system kind of like Bitcoin's, where the emission curve is limited in the same way, but also Zcash is still evolving in multiple ways. It has this really strong privacy technology, and also it has economic changes to make the network more sustainable and to address security in the long run. And there's another piece which is currently with NU7 with ZSAs, the Zcash shielded assets, and the NSM. They're both modifying the transaction format, and ideally they can both be integrated for NU7. But the two features aren't directly interacting yet. But I do think that NSM is really complementary to ZSA. So I'm hoping in future versions, as we learn more about how ZSAs work and maybe there's more and more use cases evolving, the NSM will already be there as a way to process fees. You know, a lot of times, so one reason I want dynamic fees is in case there's a spike in demand. A lot of times there's like a common engineering wisdom that you don't need to build out a really sophisticated thing until you have users. And so that's sort of an argument not to work hard on scalability too early. And this sounds sort of like a scalability thing, but I think it's a little bit different because it's more about, I think it's somewhat likely that the way adoption happens is in waves. And I just want Zcash to be prepared if there's a wave of adoption. And one way that might happen is if people realize they need privacy and they need strong security. And a lot of few blockchains have privacy, and a lot of them actually don't have that great of security. I think Zcash is really solid on both fronts. So if there's any sort of event, which seems fairly plausible to me, like I don't know, a big war or something, and there is, Chainalysis keeps advancing, and then that feeds into this dynamic where a bunch of people who are, needing secure private wealth storage and transfer might discover that Zcash is what they've been needing. Important thing is just the message, like just to distill the message for people who don't pay that much attention to Zcash. It's like, oh, Zcash, oh, that's that privacy chain over there. I've heard about it, has good privacy tech. Maybe they don't pay that much attention, but now they're hearing a new message, which is, oh, Zcash is like innovating on the tokenomics, but it still has the sort of Bitcoin guarantee of scarcity. I think that's the big picture message, and sending that out soon sort of, I hope, widens the Overton window of potential users to realize Zcash is more than just really good privacy tech.